Hello, Aston Villa fans, and welcome to the Villa Forever podcast. This is the AVFC weekly recap. If you are new, please subscribe, and subscribe if you want the greatest football team to finish in the Champions League for next season. Also, like and share this video as well. Well, before I get into my analysis from Saturday's game against Brentford, I want to talk quickly about Wednesday night's game first against Manchester City. Just to summarise it, well, the Etihad is a very tough place to go to. Not many teams get results there. It's a really hard place to go to. And with Manchester City, they're always are dominant against us. A very good record against Villa. And have won the majority of the fixtures at the Etihad Stadium. Well, despite us losing that match, I thought the majority of the game, at least to about 60 minutes, we played very well. And I thought we gave it a good go. I was very impressed with John Duran. Took his goal really well. It was a very good finish. I enjoyed watching it on the replays. I don't think Duran started the last few games. It's helped his confidence. He looks more confident. Obviously, a few weeks ago, he scored the Conference League against Ajax. And he scored against City as well. But I do like John Duran. I'll describe him as just chaos. And he gives you something different. That's what I like. And also, in the Man City game, I was very impressed with some of the young players. The likes of Tim Arogmanam, Morgan Rogers, and Amari Kellerman. They're excellent performances from our youngsters, especially some of the young players. I just think in Manchester City, they have a lot more quality on the pitch. That Phil Foden is something special. He was unstoppable. And we couldn't really deal with him at all. Phil Foden. He was a constant threat. Also, I think with Jack Grealish back in the City team, it makes a huge difference. I'd love to see Grealish back at Villa Park in the future. I reckon he might not do it yet, but he might retire at his boyhood club. But I would have him back in a heartbeat. But with Jack Grealish, what he's so good at, he's got amazing creativity. And he always wins a lot of free kicks for the team. He's got a good passing range as well. But let's remember, in this game, if we had John McGinn, Tony Watkins, and Emi Martinez, we might have got something out of this game. Well, okay then. Let's talk about Saturday's performance. When I went to the game with a lot of expectation, I went with my dad on Saturday. Perfect weather for the football. Just shame about the result. But it was such a frustrating afternoon. I felt so frustrated. But I'll tell you what, it was a crazy game. And I just think I'll describe it as, in the last 10 minutes, it was capitulation. I think within the last 10 to 15 minutes. But the majority of us fans, it felt like a defeat this game. We completely threw it away. And I thought it was a missed opportunity. Because obviously we know Tottenham beat Forest 3-1 yesterday. So Villa have dropped back down to 5th. And I thought it was a missed opportunity. 2 points dropped. And now Tottenham are above us now. And they are really breathing down our necks. And the thing as well, they've got 2 games in hand over us as well. Also, the big thing that worries me is we are conceding far too many sloppy goals. We conceded 3 goals against Brentford. But the 2 goals we conceded, I thought is just unforgivable. And it's just sloppy, not good enough. Brentford scored as well. 3 goals, but I think the 2 goals at least could have been easily avoided. We just completely switched off. But we can't give them excuses. Defensively, we have to focus. The defence was very complacent. And we haven't really kept many clean sheets this season. But we have to be a lot better defensively. We've got some tough games coming up. Thursday we've got the UEFA Conference League against Lille, which they are a good French team. And then you got Arsenal, so defending has to be better the next 2 games. Otherwise it could end up being embarrassing. Especially at the Emirates Stadium, it could be. I'm going into more detail about the game as well. But first half, we struggled keeping the ball, giving away a few sloppy passes. We had no control over the game. And I'll describe this guy very scrappy. And as expected, it was always going to be a hard game. I know we beat them earlier last year. We beat them a couple of months ago. And we did beat them last season as well. But apart from that, we haven't really had a great record against Brentford. I'll describe Brentford as a strange team. You don't know what you're going to get with them. But I think, despite beating them, like I said earlier in the season, and I think with Brentford, they're one of our bogey teams, especially in recent seasons. Another thing that I noticed in the first half, we didn't really capitalise on our chances, which was another frustrating thing. And we didn't really test the Brentford goalkeeper, Flecken. Really, there wasn't really many chances to shout about. Then let's talk about the second half. We started the second half a lot better. Maybe at the start of it, I think we did. We looked a bit more dangerous in more advanced positions. We brought more pace to the game and speed into the game. I thought we looked a lot better going forward. Another thing to mention, there was a lot of fouls in this game. I mean, the referee wasn't particularly great because he didn't really allow to play on much, which did annoy me a few times. But to be fair, I do think as well, especially the referee as well, that even though I was moaning about the referee, Also, I thought we made some bad decisions. The Aston Villa team as well. We made some silly needless fouls. We're giving away silly free kicks, which wasn't necessary. And with Douglas Luiz was very silly, getting another yellow card, which means you miss the game against Arsenal. And it's another key player that won't take part. So I was very annoyed with Douglas Luiz. There was no need to make that challenge. And I think he let himself down. And most importantly, he let his teammates down. And we're going to really miss Douglas Luiz. Because we know he's a midfield maestro in the midfield. So which is a shame. And yeah, though, he let his teammates down. And we really need him as well. Especially this stage of the season. Well, let's talk about another player that I like at the moment. Let's talk about Morgan Rogers. Well, I'll talk that in more detail in a minute. His goal was an excellent finish. He scored in the bottom corner, kept going in front of the whole tent. So I really enjoyed that finish. That was just after half time. Start the second half in the 46th minute. But there is not many positives I can take for this game. But I'll give you the positives. Ollie Watkins actually scoring again. It was great to see him both on the score sheet again. And I think I'm glad to have him back. Especially after missing him for the last game. But he just keeps scoring. And he contributes so much to this team. And the other goal that he scored at the end, he rescued us a point, which could be valuable at the end of the season. But and also Ollie Watkins as well. He's so important to the team as well. The way we play, especially with Unai. But for me, I think Watkins has to get in the England squad. Sorry, Brentford fans. But I do think as well, I think if I was Gareth Southgate, I'd pick Ivan Toney and Watkins and maybe Rashford. But again, going back to Morgan Rogers, I thought Rogers was very good. Deserved his goal. He's really worked hard for it as well. You can see in Morgan Rogers, his last performances, he has put so much hard work into his performances. He's definitely proving to Unai the reason why he should start in this team. Over the last few weeks, performances from Rogers has been very consistent, and he's just gone to the next level. And to think he's come for the Championship, he's proved that he can definitely play in the Premier League. Coming from Middlesbrough, I think Unai always knew his potential, what he could do. That's the reason why he signed him. Also, Rogers as well. He has so much pace in the game and gets into advanced positions. Also, defending was very poor on Saturday afternoon. But only defender that I did think played well, Diego Carlos played well. I thought he was quite good. Apart from the one mistake that cost us a goal. Apart from that, I thought he performed quite well. Strong physical presence. gives us extra muscle in there. And he's good in the air. And what I like about Diego Carlos, in this game, he looked comfortable under pressure in possession. The only performances that I don't think play well in defence was Paul Torres and Ezri Konsa. They were very poor. I do like Ezri Konsa, but him and Torres and Konsa, they really struggled in this game. They had a very bad game. Torres and Konsa didn't look comfortable at all. They were all over the place, really. That would be putting more another negative. And this might, might get. Some fans might think it might be a good draw at this game, but in my opinion, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think this draw is a good draw. It feels worse, especially Tottenham, after beating Forest, which is the annoying thing. Well, to be honest, I don't care if we finish 4th or 5th in the league. As long as we get Champions League, that is all that matters. Even if it comes down to the coefficient 5th place. But there's big implications if we don't finish the Champions League. Because it would be a real shame if we don't qualify for the Champions League. Because it would be a shame. We've been playing very well this season, majority. I just think of the Brentford game. We got complacent. Despite me being frustrated, let's not give up. Aston Villa fans. Spurs still have to play the big teams, including Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool, also Tottenham the next game in the Premier League. I've got Newcastle away, and still Chelsea to come, which are tough places to go. So anything can still happen. There will still be twists and turns in this season. So I think the big thing that we need to try and do when we're winning games, we need to see them through. Because I heard about a match today. I saw Ollie Watkins, his interview, so we lack that, the winning mentality from the other big teams. But that will come with experience. But we just haven't experienced this before. So we need to show more winning mentality through the season now. I think we've got to treat every game like a cup final. Well, that is all that's left for this week's weekly recap. And I'm just being honest with how I feel in this podcast episode. Thank you everyone for watching. Remember to subscribe and up the Villa